Well, there's three things I love in the morning. Firstly, putting 2 feet on the ground, that's always a bonus. A good cup of coffee and a visit to my local Tackle World store. Shane's opened the doors, I'm going in for supplies. Today, I'm heading offshore from Port Lincoln. It's going to be good. I cannot physically wait. This is going to be epic. Well, this morning I'm heading out with Why Not Charters. This is Shane Hodges from Tackle World Port Lincoln. We have discussed the plan, but please share because it is out of control.
It is awesome out here. We're fishing offshore south of Port Lincoln and it is going to be awesome. You're in for a hell of a trip.
I think we need a bigger boat. I'm at the helm of Crusader 3 with David Clayfield from Why Not Fishing Charters. Now, David, I just realised on the way out, I've been coming on Why Not Charters for over a decade. Wouldn't you think I would have smartened up by now?
You would have got a bit smarter by now. Well, you've covered some miles.
We have covered a lot of miles. We've done just about all the South Australian coast. I look at your chart plotter. How many times do you reckon you've gone in and out of this channel?
Oh, gosh. The old saying, if I had $1.
You'd be a very wealthy man.
Yeah.
I have one more important question, David. Are we there yet?
We're nearly there. We're nearly there.
It's killing me. It's killing me. Just spoke to the skipper. It's a 1 hour run to our first destination. Swamp busy. Tying paternosters, getting rods ready, tying all my knots, braid to mono. So when I get there, I don't want to be wasting time, I want to be catching fish.
Pulling up to one of our favourite spots here. We've caught a lot of fish in the past. We'll give the boys a crack at it, get a bait down there and see what we get.
David's on the bridge and he's literally trying to put us right on the spot. There's a small pinnacle here. When he finds a spot he knows the drift is right, he's going to toot the horn. That's our indication to drop. Now I can tell that horn is coming very soon. Get ready for it. Thank you very much. Well played. And now we catch the fish. Got a nice bite there, Shane.
Yeah, me too.
Straight away. Got him on?
Yep.
Well done. That's solid.
We got her on.
Now this is amazing. David literally said, oh, there's a spot I got here, it's not bad. And I said, let's give it a go. And straight away, we're on. Yep,
You're on?
I got him too.
Yep. Here we
Nice
go.
bluey.
Nice little blue morlog.
Well done, mate. I got to say, my fish is far from exciting, so that rod's going in the holder. Now, you say blue morlog, I've also heard them called queen snapper.
Queen snapper as well, yep.
Now, speaking of beautiful fish, that has got to be up there. When it comes
Oh.
to eating though, would you eat it yourself or give it to your mother-in-law?
I'm not a big fan of them, but they're, you know, a lot of people like them, but they're pretty safe with me.
There you go. Well, this one's going back, and then we're going back down, because seriously, Dave said, you get these things here, first drop, bang. I like the way he rolls. Nice head shakes. There are lots of small pinkies on this reef, but we're just literally going to fish lump to lump, work our way to wedge, and we're going to stop on every single one. You hooked up too, mate?
Yeah, I'm on. Yeah.
That's better.
Yeah, it feels like a better fish.
Yeah. If we can get a few nice pinkies, I wouldn't mind having snapper for dinner.
Yeah, well, that's a better fish for sure.
Yeah, good work. It's a long way to bring a snapper up here, mate. There you go, got colour.
That's a bit better.
Oh, that's
That's
nice.
Nice little one.
Look will do the damage. Now I believe snapper in South Australia have got to be 38 centimetres in length. And I'm pretty sure that fish would be 38 centimetres. So if it is, that might be the entree for our seafood feast. I reckon his might even be a touch bigger.
There we go. Swallowtail and a snapper.
Bellissimo! Well, a bit of a move, and whilst we were travelling, we had the best lasagna, the best spaghetti, and the best potato bake ever. It was al dente, and now it's back to work. Getting some nice little bites. Oh, yep, that's better. Some nice bites there. And you just got to wait for that good bite, because the good one is worth waiting for. And you can see that's a serious buckle. And I'm tipping I might, oh jeepers. I'm tipping I might have a nice nanny here, because that is a serious bend. And what they do, they open that big bucket mouth, and they can be very hard to pull up against the drift. How's the bend in that rod? Yeah, baby. Oh. Just love this stuff. Oh, here we go. I just have a glimpse through the spotters of a ray of sunshine. It's white. It's going to change colour very soon. I've got two fish, that's why it's pulling so hard. And they're both very nice fish. Look, oh, I've got three fish. I've only got two hooks though. Oh no. Yes.
Jeez.
One fish, two fish, three fish. And you know what? That is mind-blowing. Now, not only have I caught three cracking nannies, just under my right arm there is where my hooks were attached to my leader. They have snapped off and the snell has got caught on the sinker on the way up. So not only have I got three fish, but that actually broke, got tangled. I'm going to buy myself a Tassel ticket. So we finally arrived at Wedge, the anchor's gone down. The best thing about going on an overnight charter, you can literally fish 24/7. We're anchored about 8 metres of water. This is our King George whiting spot. Fingers crossed, because I love the way they taste. Little touches, mate.
Yep. There she goes.
Got it. Oh, I
Looks
reckon
like a
this
whiting.
might be what we're looking for, man.
Looks like a whiting.
Very, very nice at our anchorage. And
Oh, there we go.
That is what we were hoping for. Now that is a serious King George whiting. I was going to say in the light of day, but more like in the moonlight. How beautiful is that? And the whole plan was to get to Wedge, catch some whiting, and the good news, the barbecue has not been fired up yet. So Paul is having whiting. You, mate?
Or having the other whiting.
Maybe you're having squid and pippies. I'm looking very, very good at this stage. Hey,
Right.
what are you doing holding my fishing rod?
Well, it's almost going in the water there, Paul.
My rod literally just absolutely went crack, and you reckon I got a big whiting?
Well, it could be.
Well, hang on, do I have a big whiting or do you have a big whiting?
Oh, no, I've got this one.
I tell you what, I was over there, we've got some mackerel behind the boat. We're catching mackerel for baits tomorrow, and this rod literally just went bang, and it's got to be a good whiting, mate. Might even be two, what do you think?
I don't know what we got here. We'll have a look.
I'm
We've
excited.
got something still
I've got to
hanging
say,
down. Flathead.
oh, it's a big frog. I need a net. That's a big
Big
flathead.
flatty.
Now, at Wedge Island, you get some big blue spot flathead. The net is coming our way because it's a tiny hook. This might be a large net, but it's worth it because my cup of tea just went in the drink. No, bring it this way. It doesn't matter because we lost the cuppa, but we got the blue spot. Now, there's about 37 different species of flathead in the great country of Australia. What is this one, my friend?
That's a southern blue spot flathead.
Southern blue spot flathead. I'm going to try and get him to calm down, lay on my arm. Hang on, look at that. Look at that for a flathead. That is absolute gold. Now, these things go to a metre.
Well, they can. Probably the biggest ones were here around sort of 80, 85 centimetres. That's a thumping flathead, but it's still got a nice one here.
That is a magnificent flathead. They're a bottom feeder. They actually lay on the bottom like a flatfish, sole, flounder, etc. But the one thing, and I hate to dwell on it, there's no protein on this boat. They taste sensational. So far, I've got King George whiting, flathead. You've got slimy mackerel, mate.
Not tonight, I got a flathead.
My rod, my fish. Yesterday I was Mr. Cool. Today I'm Mr. Happy. You know I'm happy? Because I spent a magnificent night at sea. Dave is making one of the best breakfasts I've ever seen. And I just thought I'd throw a lazy little yakka out. And my rod is loaded, which indicates I may have a squid. Now last night we got some arrows, saw some big calamari. I'm hoping this is a calamari because I'm feeling like bacon, eggs and maybe calamari for brunch. Now there's a lot of weight on this thing. Oh, look at the size of that. That is a good squid. Look at that thing there. What have I got there? I've got one squid, I've got two squid. That's why it's big, and I've got a third one behind it. Look at that. I've got two. There's another squid there, he's grabbed that. I've got two calamari, I think. Look at that, I've definitely got a calamari. Oh, I've got two big calamari. I've got two calamari on the same jig, one just got away. I've got 4 or 5 other big calamari around it, so I'm just gonna lift this slowly. Shane, get in there, mate, drop a jig.
Yeah, this is pretty good, Paul. You don't see too many big squid like this all at the same time.
What we're going to do is try and switch these calamari. Look at that down there. Look at that. You've got my big squid there coming in.
He's on it.
Okay, you hold him in the water.
I got him.
Keep him in the water. I'm going to get mine out.
There's heaps of them down there.
Just hold him in the water, mate. I'm going to get mine out, and you hold him in, and we'll try and switch and get a few of these. Look at the size of this beast.
There's a stack of them down there now.
Look at the size of that for a calamari. Holy snapping calamari. Isn't that amazing? And the calamari, you can see the flaps all the way down the side. Different to those arrows we were catching last night. Keep them in the water. I'm gonna get this one off and I'm gonna try and catch another.
Oh, here we go.
Oh!
Something. I think it's a rock cod though.
You reckon?
Yeah, I reckon it is.
So we've just made a short move and decided to drift this little bay to see if we can find some whiting.
Hang on, nice. Look at this. Double header straight away.
I'll just go back to the bit where you said, nice rock cod. Now that is what we're looking for.
That.
They are 2 thumping King George whiting, and we decided to drift through this bay and find a few whiting. Guess what? We think it worked. Well done, mate.
Double straight away.
Well, even though we are fishing in 10 metres of water, I've got the spotters on, I can see a sand hole right under the boat. Got the burley pot in the sand hole. What the whiting will do, they'll come out of the weed into the sand hole to feed. So I'm going to sit my pippy right there and wait in anticipation. He's a nice fish. Oh, that's a good fish. Well done. That's a big one. Now that is starting to get up to a serious South. Hold it in the boat, mate. Hold it in the boat. That is a serious South Australian whiting. How long do you reckon?
I reckon he's about 40. It'd be a 40, 41 centimetre fish.
Now, I reckon you're wrong. I have not seen a whiting that big in a long time. I'm going 46. Let's get him on the measure. These South Australians, they're always talking it down.
43.
Okay, I'll meet you halfway.
A little bit bigger, but not a bad fish.
When you're targeting King George whiting, this is the exact ground you're looking for. You want these beautiful sand patches. See that nice green water surrounded by weed and what they call broken ground. It's broken because it's got the rocks and the weed, the dark patches. The fish will hide in that and they'll come out onto the sand to feed. Seriously, this is about as good as it gets.
We're on a reasonable good fish here. Oh, here we go, that's a nice one. Come here. A bit bigger than the last.
A bit, mate, that's got to be pushing 50.
That's getting close. That'd be 48, I reckon.
He's talking it down again.
48 centimetre fish.
Mate,
That's a ripper.
I'm calling it 48 and a half at least. Seriously, South Australians. I know I'm just a Victorian, mate, but work with me. That is about as big as you'd hope a King George whiting to be. Well done, mate. Any chance I might catch a whiting soon?
Oh, you got to start working a bit harder.
Suppose I got to have a bait in the water first, don't I? Mate, that is gold. Well played. Back to the fishing in a minute, but for now, I'm going back to school. It is a hive of activity behind me. I'm with Chris McGowan here at Port Lincoln High School. And I've got to say, Chris, I never ever expected to see a barramundi in Port Lincoln. What is going on?
It's a rare sight, but we decided to bring him in about 5 years ago through an aquaculture program at the high school. And the barramundis, they sell so well all over the world, as we know, so it's a really good product for the kids to go and see and buy.
So what do you call this subject, and how did you get away with it?
Well, it's actually a subject, aquaculture, and there's a massive aquaculture industry in Port Lincoln, and just to get the kids to understand about their own town, about what's actually happening in the town with aquaculture. And so we decided to do aquaculture at the high school and teach them the skills, so in case they want to go out and actually work in the industry, they've got the skills for it.
So you were literally growing barramundi from this big to this big?
Correct.
Can you explain the process for us?
Correct. Well, we actually get them at about 40 mils, about that big, and we grow them out to about 500 mils in about 8 months, and we sell it to the local restaurants and the local processors here. And they go like hotcakes. They sell pretty easy.
So what's this I hear about adopting a barramundi? Because I think I'd like that. I could have him walking down the street like a little dog. What do you reckon?
Oh look, you can adopt a barra for just for a cheap price of $20. Okay, that's our big fundraiser we have here because it's an expensive program to run. And what we do is, if you adopt one, we look after it for you that year. We send out emails to you and let your son know, let you know how the son's going.
Yep.
And at the end, you can deal with him how you want. You can have him alive. We can process him for you. So we can do whatever you want.
So what you're saying is I can adopt a barramundi. Now you called him a son, and the reason for that is none of them turn into girls here.
No, they're all males.
They're all males, of
All
course,
males,
because they don't get to that big size and go down the salt.
Correct.
And then I get to adopt him, and you will actually smoke him so I can eat him.
Correct. That sounds a bit sick, doesn't it?
Sounds tasty to me. I've got to say, Port Lincoln High School, 11 out of 10. This is amazing. I'm going to go check it out. One more question for you, mate.
Sure.
Have you got a plastic bag and some ice?
I have, actually. Would you like some?
Winning! When I'm bottom fishing in these deep water scenarios, I always love to snell my top hook, which literally means snelling that hook and locking it onto the line, which gives much better bait presentation, I reckon, better hookups. So first of all, get my VMC hook tight to the end of my mono. Then it's simple. Get my second hook, and all I do is put it on upside down, straight through there like that, and I slide it down until it hits a point where I've got the perfect distance set up for the baits I'm using. That's about spot on. All I do then is grab that line, press it down. You'll see the eye of the hook actually comes around and meets here. What I do, go in the opposite direction and literally start to bind my way down. And I know I've done enough when I literally hit the point of my hook, which is about there. And then, this is the tricky bit, all I do, get the end of my line, straight through the eye, slide it up, and there you have the perfect snelled hook. That top hook is locked on the line, absolutely deadly. That takes all the weight of the bait. The second hook's just a floater, and it works an absolute treat. We've got a lump under us about the size of an average Australian home, and what David's doing is going upwind, using the sound to see exactly where it is, and then drifting back over the lump. Get the base to the bottom, drift about 20 metres, we hit the lump. When we get to the top, that's when we find the fish.
What do we got?
Hey, I'll tell you, we've got
Something a bit of weight.
something very solid, mate. There's definitely not a fish down there, you just got to get through the small ones, eh?
Yeah, I've got a decent one.
That's a nice fish. I got one too, mate. I don't think mine's as solid as yours.
Got colour down there.
What is that?
Looks like a natty guy.
It is another nanny. Oh,
Oh,
that's
that's
a
a
nice
good
one.
one.
That's
That
a
is a
real
nice
one,
one.
mate. That is what we are talking about. I'll help you lift it up, mate. Swing it over. That is starting to get up to a real nanny guy. Now these things grow to 66 centimetres. Beautiful eating fish, and Shane, they can be caught in anywhere from 10 metres through to 500 metres of water, and renowned for their incredible eating qualities because they've got such high fat content. Even I could cook it and it would still taste good.
You can't muck these up, they're just such a fantastic eating fish here.
And a lot of people call them red fish, red bite fish, nanagai. What do you call them?
Nanagai.
There you go. I'm still confused about the name. All I won't call them is late for dinner. Interesting fact, Port Lincoln is the gateway to the Neptune Islands. And at the Neptune Islands, you find one of the greatest creatures on the planet, the great white shark. Let me just say, I'm pretty happy Christy, myself and Jet have got a cage between us and those incredible beasts. We're just coming through a bit of water that often holds southern bluefin tuna, so we're going to trial a few rapalas and skirts, see if we can find them. This is serious tuna weather. When it gets rough, bouncing around, it's when you know there's got to be tuna in the area. They love it. Look up! Yep! Yeah, baby.
Oh, double hookup.
Bit of activity. Got some nasty chop here. With these waves bouncing off the island. What island's that, mate?
This is Williams Island.
Williams?
Yep.
Hey, you told me there'd be tuna off Williams.
Yeah, no, there's been a few around here, so...
So why did you let me have a little snooze if you knew the tuna would be here?
Oh, here we go. Oh, he's going for it. Doesn't like the bait, this fish.
Nice fish, mate.
Oh, so probably about a 10 kilo fish, only a small one, but...
Only small? When was 10 kilos small, mate?
Here he comes, here he comes. This might be the end of him. Not quite. Oh, here we go. Well, he's almost done, he's almost done.
I'll let you go under.
Oh, no, not quite.
Simon will net that fish if he gets a chance. Now these are obviously southern bluefin tuna.
Yeah, southern bluefin tuna, so we're almost at the... it's almost at the end of their run here. So another month and they'll be gone. They'll be gone. They'll be down the southeast of the state and into Western Victoria. Here we go. I think he's gone now. I think he's finished. There we are.
Well done, mate. And there's a second fish coming through here. Beautiful. So that first fish came in on a rapala. This fish is on a small skirt, and it's really important when you're fishing for these tuna just to run a different spread of lures. Some surface lures, some lures to get down, just mix it up. I reckon that fish is ready, mate. I'll bring it up. Beautiful, Simon, well done. Up this way. Happy, happy, happy. Look at that for a magnificent fish. That is one beautiful southern bluefin tuna. Shane's got his fish over there too. He's battled it all the way.
Oh, here we go.
Shane, I think it's pretty fair to say southern bluefin tuna, Port Lincoln, pretty much built on these fish.
It is. We've got the tuna fishery here. We've got the tuna farms. It's a massive industry and great for Port Lincoln.
And a good feed tonight too. Seriously, we've caught a lot of fish. Only one thing left to do. Let's steam home, skipper! Well, isn't it amazing what you can achieve overnight out of Port Lincoln?
That's an amazing trip, Paul.
Seriously, the fish, flathead, King George whiting, tuna, nanagai, snapper, they just kept coming thick and fast.
They're awesome, it doesn't stop.
And the food, absolutely amazing. Seriously, why not charters? The big question, why not? And don't forget to see this bloke and tackle well when you come to town.